In Women on BBC Radio Northampton with Helen Blaby and Jules Osmani. And our guest is here, Jules. Who have we got?
We have got Katy Tuncer. Welcome back, Katy. Nice to see you again, and Happy New Year to you too. Now, Katy, we are talking about resolutions. We talked about this last week with Cheryl Douglas, who came in. And this week we're talking about how to really get them into operation. Stick with them, really stick with them, not just for a week or 2 weeks, just like, it's a life-changing, right?
Absolutely.
So, getting fit, getting healthier is, am I right in thinking, is the number one resolution?
It is the number one New Year's resolution. So lots of people made New Year's resolutions last week, and for a huge number of us it was to be fitter and healthier in 2013. What I wanted to talk about was how to make a good plan and stick to it if you're one of the people that has chosen that as your resolution.
Because it can be quite scary, can't it? If you haven't been doing exercise or if you haven't been doing anything particularly, right, I'm going to get fit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and join a gym. I'm going to pay an awful lot of money for doing it. I'm going to go every day after work. That's not going to happen, is it? It's just not going to happen.
No, absolutely. So that's one of the top tips, actually, is to not just spend a lot of money on some quick fix solution and then sit back, say, job done. You might go to the gym, a couple of times, work really hard, that Bridget Jones scene where she kills herself and falls off the bike. Then the next morning you wake up, your legs hurt so much, you can't climb the stairs, you can't pick up your shopping bags, you're not really very inspired to go back again. So you don't need to spend on a sort of high intense solution that you then, unrealistic about what you're going to achieve. If you're in a position now where you don't really do a lot of exercise, then 2 or 3 sessions a week would be fantastic, and make them fun and make them easy.
I think we need to take the word exercise out of the equation as well, because that just doesn't sound fun, does it?
All right.
Move a bit
fun,
more.
Physical activity, movement. That's right, isn't it?
It's exercise. So you go to a gym, and like you say, once you've paid, and Helen and I were saying that as well, we've both done it, we've paid a lot of money, not a small amount, we're talking big expense. And I have gone there a few times, and I end up going for a coffee, and I think, well, this is so much nicer than doing a workout in a gym. And before you know it, like you say, you've sat back and you're not getting the benefits at all. So is it because you don't enjoy what you're doing at the gym? Is that why? Because surely if you enjoy doing something...
Yeah. And it's a big part of it. Now, I'm not saying don't join a gym. I think if you can get some of the other factors in place, then you might stick to your resolution, and the gym might be the right solution. So one of the really big things is to just ask yourself, what are you actually trying to achieve? For some people, they might want to run a 5K. For some people, they might want to feel better, or they might want to wear a nice bridesmaid dress at a wedding, or they might, want to join a football team, that kind of thing. And if that's the kind of goal that you've got, that's a lot more inspiring than if your goal is be less fat, then you really, that's a lot of people's goal, and it's just totally uninspiring. So perhaps try and think of something a bit more motivating as what your goal is. So that's the first big tip. The second thing is to enroll supporters. So whoever they are in your life, if it's your partner, if it might be your mum, especially if you're a new mum yourself, which I've just got 2 babies, and your own mum can have quite a good support to you, and then other fellow exercisers with the same kind of goals to get out exercising together. So you're not on your own, and when the chip's down and it starts to get a bit difficult to stick to your resolution, there's somebody else that's saying, oh, come on, let's go and do that that circuit training session, or let's go for a walk in the park, or whatever it is that you're committing to do together.
You're right, I think that's true, because the times I've really enjoyed any form of exercise has been when there's other people. I've never done anything on my own.
Okay, well, that's really common.
Have you ever done anything on your own that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, I like walking, so I'm quite happy to walk on my own. But if it's anything else other than walking, it's like,
Do you ever find that if you're thinking of going for a nice bracing walk and you know that you're meeting somebody else at the park at 5 o'clock or whatever, then you're much more likely to actually go?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, I did, and it's a long time ago now, and I keep talking about it, but I did the Great North Run a few years ago.
Great.
I say a Great North Run, it was more like a Great North Stagger Round. And the training that I did to get myself up to a fitness point where I could get around 13 miles, I did with a lady called Kate, who works for the BBC. And actually, the fact that she used to shout at me if I didn't turn up, she didn't, she was nice about it, but that I was meeting her made me go out and do it, whereas I might come up with every kind of excuse.
You're probably the same for her as well.
Yeah, and you are that kind of support team for each other, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think that works. I've got to say, I've got dogs, so you have to, when you've got a dog, you have to walk it. But you see, anybody who knows me well will know when I walk, I tend to walk and I dawdle, and when I've got something to say, I do this all really, not annoys somebody I know. I sort of stop to make my point when I talk, and then I carry on. And this goes on right round the walk. So I don't sort of really step it out. So that's useless, isn't it, when you're doing that sort of dawdle?
No. I think one of the really important things is to remember that whatever you do, that is better than complete sedentarism, which is one of the buzzwords at the moment. There's two ways of being active. One is to just have a constant background level of activity, and one is to have blasts of intense, definite exercise sessions or even fitness workouts or whatever. And we need both. So don't beat yourself up about not doing enough. If you do something, that's still really
And
great.
you're a right old fidgeter, and fidgeting is good as well, isn't it? Because that's kind of your background exercise. People who fidget and get up and sit down and walk around the office or whatever, they tend to be fitter than people who just sit at the desk.
Yeah, when you're waiting for a train, stroll up and down the platform and stand up when you're talking on the phone.
That's probably why I can't watch a film, although I watch Nativity over Christmas. The other thing is about finding time. We often hear this, I don't have the time, but we find the time to sit around and do other things. So it's really priorities, isn't it? People?
It is. I mean, I'm a new mum, and obviously a lot of the people that I work with are new mums. I think you've got to try multitasking. So there's something which I set up called Ready Steady Mums, which is a service to help new mums get fit. And part of that is going out to the park or to some local public space with a group of other mums. And if you take your baby along, you have your social time, you have your exercise time, your babies get to be in the fresh air. You're making really good use of your time. Yes. So multitasking could be the way to prioritise everything, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, no, I can see that. And you don't even know you're exercising. I quite like that thought. I like that thought a lot. So you've got a virtual personal trainer, I believe, as well on YouTube. Is that right? No, I saw this morning. I've got to say, that looked like hard work.
Oh, did you look at the circuit training?
Yes.
The New Year's circuit? That is quite hard. I wouldn't start with that.
Did you do it this morning?
Well, okay, so I talked about the local groups, the volunteer-led groups, of amazing volunteers that get the mums out to do their sessions. In support of that is a virtual personal training service, which is the expert advice that especially new mums need, because the postnatal body has very special needs. And the actual virtual personal trainer is on our website, and you sign up and you work with a trainer through levels that will progressively rehabilitate your core muscles and get you strong and ready for mainstream exercise. And anyone can do that. It's free, and everyone who's going to the local groups will be doing that. They'll be working with their own trainer, so the volunteer doesn't have the pressure to be an instructor. The things that you've been watching on YouTube, Jules, are the kind of fun activities for the one that you were talking about. We brought out New Year's Day. It's circuit training for mums and dads together at home. By popular demand. It's a 10-minute session. My husband and I were doing it, and it's me and my husband in it, and we decided to film it, and I was very pleased that they can now do our circuit training session.
Just imagining you and Mr. O.
He's still in bed now.
But there's lots of things. There's the 6-minute six-pack workout for dads as well. There's the 5-minute mummy tummy workout.
Oh, now I want to talk to you about that. I like the sound of that. That 5-minute mummy tummy workout, is that specifically, be honest here now, Katie, is that specifically for new mums? So what about mums who've got 12-year-olds?
Well, actually, it's not specifically for new mums. You do have to be at level 3 or 4 with your virtual personal trainer before you're ready to do that.
Stage.
But if you've got a decent core, you haven't had a baby kind of last week, then you could be working towards the 5-minute mummy tummy workout. And even if your mummy tummy is not a brand new mummy tummy, it still does the trick. It works all the muscles.
What about those of us who actually aren't a mummy and could still do with a mummy tummy?
It's a core conditioning workout. I think it's particularly careful not to overwork the muscles that have been strained during pregnancy. Okay. That's why it is especially useful for mums, but that doesn't mean it's not useful.
I'm just thinking core strength is useful for anybody, isn't it?
It's critical, and most of us don't really think about it. We talked about pelvic floor last time I was in. That's really important, and your core tummy muscles, because if you're stable and strong, you can do everything in life, not just exercise, but you can just be more comfortable doing everyday things.
And you're a great example.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And you do this obviously daily yourself as well.
I do, not daily. I have a rest day every week at least, but I do go out with my own local group of fabulous mums, and I go swimming and I play netball. My son Alaric, he's 7 months old now. He's just started to crawl. It's really cute. But yeah, I've done it twice because I've got an older son as well who's just turned 2, and I've worked through my own Ready Steady Mums programme twice, and
And it clearly works.
It does work. Yeah, it does work.
Yeah,
So
wow.
if people are interested, is it just worth putting Ready Steady Mums into a search engine? Will you find you easily that way?
Yes, if you're interested in the volunteer-led groups, then it's best to check out our Facebook page. In fact, 2 of the local volunteers asked me to mention their groups, if that's all right.
Yeah, of course.
One lady is called Letty, and she runs a group every Thursday, 10 o'clock, Barnwell Country Park in Oundle. And another lady called Sarah runs a group in Fine Shade Woods near Kingscliff.
What a lovely place to go and exercise.
I know, it's beautiful, and they're really great. They're such lovely ladies, and they have really fun groups of mums, and they've said any new mums that would like to join them are very welcome to come. And also then there's our website, which is www.readysteadymums.com, and there you can sign up for your virtual personal trainer service and start working with them. And also, if you want to start your own volunteer group, there's a whole load of guidance on how to do that. We'll give you all the support you need.
How lovely to see you again. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you very
Katy.
much.